Hi students, I'm Judge Derek Meineke of the 44th District Court. I'm excited to be able to take you on a tour of the courthouse, a virtual tour of the courthouse today as part of our Justice 101 tour. As you can see, I'm sporting a new hairstyle, which is kind of like my old hairstyle, except so much more. Anyway, I thought it was a good idea to start our tour right here in my courtroom so you can get an idea of why the courtroom is set up the way that it is, what are the different parts of the courtroom, and why do they exist. Students, let's start first with my bench. This is where the judge sits. It is, in most courtrooms, set off from the rest of the courtroom by being elevated. The term bench really doesn't make a whole lot of sense now because it sort of just looks like a big desk. But traditionally, judges used to sit in long benches, and I'm glad, for comfort's sake, that seems to have changed significantly, at least for us district court judges for sure, that we get to sit at an actual desk. As you can see, the view from the bench is pretty good. You can see all areas of the courtroom. And let's go through each of these areas of the courtroom so you can understand what these places are and what their purpose is for the functioning of a courtroom. So let's move over to the left. Right here, this is where my court reporter sits and my clerk sits here. The court reporter is going to record everything that's going on in the courtroom. As we pan around, I want you to take a look and see just how many microphones there are in the courtroom. Well, that's because everything that happens in court must be recorded so that if anybody wants to challenge or has concerns about something that happened and they want an accurate record, everything that happens in this courtroom is recorded. Now, each of these microphones also are amplified, so if we have a witness who is very soft-spoken and we need to hear what they have to say, the microphones do provide some amplification. My clerk sits right next to the court reporter, and the clerk usually isn't sitting in her chair. My clerk is always running around making sure that people are checking in and that there's an order to how we call the cases. You can also see we have a TV. And no, I do not watch basketball games. As much as I love sports, I do not watch basketball games on that TV. That TV has a purpose. We use it for two different reasons. One, we use it to connect with other places all across the state. We might have an individual who has a court case here, but they're in jail in Lansing or in jail in Traverse City. And in order to do the court case, we need to use a video connection. And so we use that television to do just that. Also, if we have a trial and somebody has a video to play of something that happened on the scene, we can plug in a computer to that TV and play it. And it makes it very easy for the jury to see it on a big screen like that rather than on a little laptop. Right here you see the witness chair. That's where a witness will come in and sit and testify to the facts of a case. They must testify truthfully, otherwise they're in danger of perjury charges. As we continue, you can see there's a large area in the back where individuals from the public can come and watch the cases. That's called the gallery. And the gallery is separated from the rest of the courtroom by, as you can see, there's a ledge right across the middle of the courtroom. That's referred to as the bar. And I'll explain that in a little bit. Right here, you'll see the defense table. That's where the defendant in a civil case or the defendant in a criminal case will sit with their lawyer and be able to argue the cases from the podium there. There's also a table located just next to the podium, to the right of the podium in the screen. That's where the plaintiff in a civil case or a prosecutor sits. And they'll argue from that table or from the podium. Finally, you see here's the jury box. Now you might wonder to yourself, well, why is it that the plaintiff gets to sit so close to the jury box? That would seem like it's an advantage. Well, the reason for that is the plaintiff in each case, both a civil case and a criminal case, bear the burden of proof. They've got to prove to the jury, in a criminal case beyond a reasonable doubt, in a civil case beyond a preponderance of the evidence, which is, like I describe it as 51 to 49%. But they have to prove their case, and if they don't, then the jury will come back not guilty in a criminal case or for no cause of action in a civil case. Now, if you notice here, there's a lot of chairs in this jury box. We don't have 30 jurors. All right, the reason that we have so many chairs right now is because we were expecting Justice 101 classes to come through. And unfortunately, with the closing of the court's doors, we haven't had the chance to have those students through. Now, if this was a jury trial, we would simply have our normal chairs set up, spread apart, and it would be 12 chairs set up. Even though in a district court, we only have jury trials with 6 people, we do have room for 12 jurors in case the circuit court ever needed us to help them out. We could do a circuit court jury trial because a circuit court case, a felony case, is going to require 12 jurors. But for our district court cases, it's only 6. This is where the security officer station is, and so that he can be ready to immediately react to anything that goes wrong in the courtroom. Students, this area is known as the bar. This is the barrier between the gallery or public area of the courtroom and the area where the parties and the attorneys conduct the business of the court. Now, that is why when an individual takes the test, the bar examination, passes the test to become a lawyer, they are described as having passed the bar and now can come in to this area and argue before the court as a lawyer. Students, if you'll notice to my left and to my right, there are flags in the courtroom, and they are placed there for specific reasons. If you notice, the tallest flag that we have here is our United States flag. And the flags then descend in height according to the descent from our federal government to our state government, as featured by our state flag, to our county government by the Oakland County flag, and finally to our city government, Royal Oak. Although, students, I am still missing a Berkeley flag. So I need to get a hold of Mayor Turbrack and see if we can get that fixed so we can get our Berkeley flag in here as well. All right, that concludes the tour of the courtroom. So let's move on to the tour of the rest of the courthouse.